So we're just welcome everybody to Scotland's Rural College, also known as SRUC. We're just letting people come in and join. And if you are running late, this will be available. It'll be sent to you as a video at the end. So welcome everyone to Scotland's Rural College. And this is our open event to introduce you to our senior phase schools courses that we offer. My name's Ruth McGowan, and I'm part of the Skills and Lifelong Learning team. And this event is for anyone that's looking to signpost a young person or take part in one of our courses. We offer courses for senior phase school pupils, so that's from S4 to S6, in the subject areas of agriculture, animal care, environmental awareness, equine studies, and veterinary terminology. So SRUC is the land of rural subjects. So all the subjects that we offer, you can study in different ways. We attract people usually with a passion for our subject areas. And then as you can see from the roadmap on the slide, there's different ways of studying with us depending on your learning style. Some people prefer vocational courses with modern apprenticeships, and for others, full-time courses are preferable, and some people do a mixture of the two. Our schools courses are a great way of introducing people to SRUC. The learning platform that we use for our schools courses is the exact same that full-time and apprentices students use. So it's a great introduction to that. And also the skills that you gain by doing a schools course with us can demonstrate your employability skills, and it's a great thing to have for putting on your CV when you apply for further education. Shows your adaptability, time management skills, and self-motivation. And these are all really sought after at the moment. So then, without further ado, I'm going to hand on to our first course tutor, Carla Coughlin, who delivers our Investigation of Modern Agriculture course.
Hi everyone. So yeah, welcome to our presentation on our senior phase options. So as we said, my name's Carla Coughlin and I'm the lecturer in agriculture, and I deliver the Investigation of Modern Agriculture course that is available to S4, S5 and S6 students. So it doesn't matter which one of those years you're in, you can start at any point within the senior phase. So the course is delivered completely online. The NPA is a level 5 course, so similar level to a Nat 5, but with the National Progression Award, it's a vocational subject area. So with the online element, the course is very flexible, and it means that it can fit within your timetable, regardless whether you might have a Monday morning free, Wednesday afternoon, it doesn't matter. The course you can access at any time. So the course is available to schools all across Scotland, and you can apply for that online through our website. And then if accepted, the course is made up of 3 units that make up the group award. So these units include investigation of local agriculture, investigation and introduction to agri-tourism, and then finally agri-tech and precision farming. So in terms of those different units, within the investigation of local agriculture, we look at the different types of agriculture across Scotland and also how Scottish agriculture fits into a national and global context. We then sort of look at what impacts different farming across the country. So whether that's climate, it could be the different soil types or the population within different areas. And then we relate this back to different businesses within agriculture and the different skill sets that you might need for different careers within the sector. We then go on to study agri-tourism. So what do we mean by that? How does it fit into the agricultural context? And then we review local businesses within your area, making it personal to you and what you're interested in. So it might be anything from somebody with shepherd's huts to a farm shop, and relating that back to agri-tourism. And then finally, we look at agri-tech and precision farming. So what do we mean by agri-tech? How is it used across the sector and within different niches within that? So whether it be for crops or livestock, how do we make use of that? We then look at the different types of data that we might collect and how we use that data. So do we use it to improve performance? It might be how that impacts staff time or even animal welfare. So it really does give an overview of the different types of sectors within agriculture, and then relating that back to different careers and opportunities. So for our course, you need no prior experience of agriculture. It's a good way to get introduced to it, dip your toe in the water to see if it's something you're interested in, or it might be that you already know that you want to go on and study agriculture or work in the sector, and it's a really good thing to put on your CV or on an application. It might even be that you want to do veterinary and you want some sort of agricultural qualification to make your CV stand out. It could be that you're interested in rural accountancy and you want to back that up with some agricultural knowledge, or even go into a food business. So it really does apply to lots of different people. What I'll do now is that gives an overview, and I'll pass on to Ruth to discuss the next topic and subject that you might want to study with us.
And so this is our veterinary terminology course, which is not delivered by myself. Unfortunately, our dedicated lecturer, Cara Hutchinson, isn't able to join us this evening. But this course is brilliant for anybody that is looking to enter the vet medicine field. So whether you're thinking of becoming a vet or a vet nurse, or even you just want to feel more comfortable using the terminology because you're thinking about a career in the animal care or animal welfare sector, this course is brilliant. So it is available to S4, 5s and 6s. However, we need you to have, or we find it works best if you have a Nat 5 in English at grade C or above. So that actually, I know it says on the screen that it's available to S4. We find it really works best with S5s and S6s. So you would have to have a good predicted grade for a Nat 5 English. The course covers the terminology that's used day to day in the veterinary world. So everything on the digestive system, the cardiovascular system, respiratory system, reproductive system, urinary system, and the integumentary system. And it's just fab for demystifying a lot of the terminology and building confidence so that when you start your course, if you're going into this world, you're already a step ahead, and it just looks fantastic on your application to show that you've put yourself through this. So again, like Carla's course in modern agriculture, this is an anytime course delivered completely online. So it's available across Scotland. Places are limited, so I'd recommend getting your application in early if you're thinking about doing this course. And if you're unsuccessful, then you would be first in the queue for the following year. And you know, it's equivalent of a column choice in your school timetable. And yeah, you can just do it at a time that suits you. I think if there's yeah, it's a really, really good course. All the information is up on there, and there's more online. And if you have any questions, please just put them in the chat. I'm now going to hand over to our next speaker, which is, I think, Amy Miller with Principles of Animal Care. Thank you, Amy.
Hello there, I'm Amy Miller. Thanks for that, Ruth. I'm the tutor for Principles of Animal Care. I originally delivered this a while back, and it follows the SQA guidelines for a workplace award, the SVQ2 in animal care, but this doesn't offer any practical assessment. So this is just a theory-based course, and it's for anybody that has a passion for animals, would like to go along the animal care industry pathways. So kennels, zoo, zoo keepers, sorry, I've lost my line of thought. Local pet authority, collections, and field-based officers. So this is offered for S4, S5, and S6, and there are 11 workbooks in total. So depending on what you want to do, you could do all 11 workbooks, or you could just pick and choose and do a few workbooks. You get a certificate at the end of each one. So this isn't an MPA, but it is a college devised certificate. And as I said, there are 11 workbooks in total. It's all online, and you can access it in your designated time slots on your timetable or from home. There are workbooks which you can print off with content inside. You can also access online and save it to your device. It is continually assessed all the way throughout each workbook. So there are multiple choice quizzes. So for the feeding and watering workbook, there are 70 quizzes that you can go in. They're multiple choice, and you can access them as many times as you like until you're comfortable and you're happy with your answers. And then when you get to the end of your workbook, you can do the end of unit assessments. So each one is different. So for feeding and watering, we've got 2 assessments and a feeding record. For healthcare of small animals, there's about 4 different multiple choice assessments, a case study, which is a first aid scenario, and a record for medication. And all the workbooks are slightly different. So there's 60 pages in the feeding and watering, and 128 pages in the healthcare. So there's quite a lot of content, quite mixed media as well to access. There are links to reputable websites. There are also YouTube videos for a bit more practical content. What else? I think that's probably most of it. It's all there online. You'll see the 11 workbooks that you are entered into. And if there's any questions, just put it in the chat. This is an open course, so you can start it at any time of the year. So if you're not sure of any of the courses that you've already put yourself down for in your options, you can always pick this up later on in the year. And I think that is everything. And I will pass on to Amy King, who is doing equine studies.
Hi there, so I'm Amy King and I'm equine team lead at SRUC Craibston campus, and our team delivers all equine learning and practicals for all the different courses, and we also specifically deliver the Equine National Progression Awards. So this vocational qualification is also known as an NPA in Rural Skills, which is Equine Studies. And ours runs from August until April, and although it's based primarily online, so you can do it at your own pace, we do also have 4 compulsory practical days to attend over the duration of the course. During the time, we cover 3 units. The first is equine housing and handling, and it looks at different types of stabling and bedding for horses. It also looks at different items for moving and controlling horses and ponies, and our practical skills sections include picking out feet, tying quick release knots, and leading. Our second unit is feeding horses and ponies, and here we investigate different types of feed, nutritional requirements for horses, and how to prepare roughage and concentrates and feed them to horses and ponies. Our third unit is the rural business investigation, and that involves picking a local business of your choice, researching key information on the business and its products and services, learning about the staffing of the business, and also its employees and what they do. The assessment is in the form of a written report for the rural business investigation, and then we have online Moodle assessments for the equine housing and handling unit and also the feeding horses and ponies. There are also demonstrations of practical skills which have to be attained for both equine specific units, so we will be assessing everybody's practical abilities as well. There'll be online lectures, there'll be one every week that's provided, and these will be both in video format, also PowerPoints that can be read, and there'll be lots of links to further information, including on the British Horse Society website. And all this learning material can be accessed via the school's Moodle at any time. So this allows both the school and the student flexibility to complete the course around their existing studies. The 4 practical days will take place over 2 terms. So that means that students will come onto campus in Aberdeen and they'll receive a mixture of practical training and assessment, and also some theory sessions to enhance their learning experience. Our practical sessions are held at the purpose-built college yard, which is called Sunnybrae Stables, and it's just opposite the main campus. There we've got 4 horses, and they are kept company by 2 Shetland ponies, Angus and Dougal. Our yard has stabling for 6 horses, and we have a feed room, a tack room, a 20 by 40 outdoor arena, which we use for leading and lunging practice. And we also have a lecture room, additional workspaces, and facilities at Sunnybrae Cottage. We take the students over to Ferguson for lunch, so you also get a little bit of a taste of student life at SRUC, and you get the opportunity to meet the student support team, receive a little bit of careers advice, and some library taster sessions. The Equine NPA is SCQF level 5, and it is designed as an introductory course, so no prior experience or equine knowledge is required. This means that it's suitable for anyone wishing to pursue an equestrian career, but also for those interested in things like veterinary nursing, veterinary medicine, animal nutrition, or animal care. There are lots of potential career opportunities it can lead on to, such as riding instructor or coach, grooms, farriers, vets, vet nurses, mounted police, and many, many more. And it can also lead on to further study at SRUC, as students can choose to undertake an HNC or HND in equine studies down at our Oakridge campus. And they can also study animal care or agriculture, and even our brand new vet school, which was just opened last year. We also offer modern apprenticeships in equine and other rural industries, and this is part of our work-based learning sector. And we have colleges all over Scotland which offer a variety of different courses to choose from. And we look forward to welcoming you at SRUC. And I'm going to pass on now to David Knight, and he's going to be talking about environmental awareness.
You're on mute, David.
My apologies. So yeah, my name's David Knight. I'm manage the environmental awareness course for S6 senior phase students. It's available to anybody who's attained maths and English at National 5, and it's equivalent to a level 7 unit and carries 8 SQA credits. In the unit, we look at various aspects of human activities and how they affect the environment, how we impact on the environment, and how we can improve the sustainability for these different activities. We look at a wide breadth of topics from transport, agriculture, digital information transfer, to human population. So very wide breadth of topics that we look at, and the material is presented as a series of Moodle books. So the information is in the form of books that you can read on the Moodle page. They're all supported through ongoing questions and quizzes that can be done for each section. It's usually one topic for every 2 weeks. And the assessment for the course is done at week 12, which is done with a multiple choice quiz. And then at the end, you would carry out a personal audit where you look at your individual impacts through checking to see how much energy you would use, how much waste you produce, how much transport and what kind of transport you would use, and then you'll actually produce an individual action plan on how you can assess that assesses your impact and how you can reduce your impact on the environment. And we use 3 main key indicators for sustainability to do this, which is economic value, social value, and environmental value, and try impress on learners how you need to achieve balance between these 3 key indicators for something to be truly sustainable. It's an ideal course for anybody who has an interest in sustainability or the environment or climate change as well. It covers lots of these broad topics and it allows you to see what your impacts are going to be. And it can feed into other courses. It's an ideal introduction to our wildlife and conservation management courses here at SRUC. And it can also have great bearing on potential careers such as working as ecologists, countryside rangers, even as far as working in technical roles, looking at how impacts affect the environment, so environmental assessment roles. I think that's pretty much everything for the course. It's done entirely online and and you can work it entirely around your own timetable. Each tile is given 2 weeks, so there's plenty of time within your timetable to be able to cover each topic. And I will hand over to Ruth.
Thanks. Thanks, David. Thanks, everybody. And thank you all for joining us. So there is a chat open if you want to type some questions in. Feel free.
Got a few questions.
Thanks, Sharon.
Ruth. Can you do more than one schools course at a time, or are you limited to just one?
That is a great question, and I'm hoping that Carla Coughlin might be able to answer that one.
Yes, we'll ask Carla to answer that one.
Yeah, it's a great question. So absolutely, if you have enough time within your timetable and your school are in support of you doing more than one subject, then you can do more than one in the same year. Or it might be that you choose one subject in 4th year and then continue to do different ones throughout 4th, 5th and 6th year. So you can try out different subject areas. The main thing will be to make sure you've got the time, and then on your application, making it clear within your personal statement that you'll be asked to write as part of your application why you want to study both and how that's going to fit with your future aspirations.
Thank you, Carla. Another one for Carla. Is there a charge for the schools or the pupils to attend any of our courses?
Yeah, so at the moment, the courses are free to schools in Scotland. We have in the past had students south of the border who have wanted to do our courses, and due to the difference in funding between Scotland and England, there would be a charge in that circumstances. But if you are based at a Scottish school and there is a place, because there is limited numbers on each of the courses, then you won't need to pay for the course.
Thank you. And one with regards to the NPA in modern agriculture, are there any formal exams to sit? Carla?
Yeah, so for the NPA in modern agriculture, there isn't formal written exams in terms of you don't sit in an exam hall and write out an exam, but there is assessments. So these are in the form of short reports. So there'll be questions with a short report that you need to write for each of them. So each unit will have a range of different assessments, but it won't be a formal sit-down exam.
Thank you, Carla. I'll give you a break now. One for Amy King. I don't live in Aberdeen. Can I still apply for equine studies?
Yes, of course, absolutely. As long as you're happy to travel to our Aberdeen campus for the practical days, we give you plenty of warning about those, and we normally hold them on a Wednesday and a Friday. So there's a little bit of scope there. We try and put people who have got further to travel onto a Friday just to make it a little bit easier. And there is a possibility we can arrange accommodation for you depending on how you're getting to us. But as long as you're happy to travel, then we already have students from all over Scotland, and you'd be very welcome to join us.
Super. Thanks, Amy. I think that's all the questions now, unless anybody else would like to add anything further.
Well, thanks very much. If you do go away, watch the video and think you have more questions, then please do get in touch. Just email us at schools@sruc.ac.uk and we'll be happy to try and help. Thank you all for your attention.